Peace and Pan-Africanism. This is Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde coming to you live and direct, New York City, Ethiopian World Federation 2026 conference. The time has come for the Lions to tell our own story, and this is the Lion's voice.
Universally unfold, be told, blessed love, this is Etege Idama, and it's time for the lioness and the lions, for I voices and stories to be told. This is the lion's voice, Rastafari.
We're endorsing the Lion's voice. Big up Rasess. See?
Big up Rasess.
It is time for the lion to tell our own story. Yes, sir.
Like this. There is a land far, far away. Where there's no night, there's only day. Look into the book of life. And you will see that there's a land far, far away. Rasess, that there's a land far, far away. Speak lion. Speak lion. Roar lion. Roar every time.
I will never stop, hail the Most High. And I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Now drop your guard when it come to them, ya youth, ya. Them fully guard up and them quick fi execute, ya. Now drop your guard when it come to them, ya youth, ya. The one will laugh, I'm same one of the shooter. Watching them, this is Rasess Jahzani representing for the Lion Voice Network. This is the time when the lion gets to tell our own story. Haile Selassie.
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it's Exodus. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the Lion's Voice.
Yes, people, this is Rasess Shamara representing. I say, hear the Lion Voice, saying it is time for the lions and the lionesses to tell their own story. King David killed Goliath with a stone, we original dread.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice. Yeah. I shall lift up I eyes unto the hills from whence cometh I help. Them could never conquer the mountains, thousands of years and counting. Ethiopia rise again unto the world. Now we are announcing. Them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. When the trumpet sound and the violence cease, how we say one go build up the cities. Well, them a plan for war, we a plan for peace. And now we see them wanna go dismantle the base. Rastafari crown as the Prince of Peace. Him tell the youths them fi build up them countries. Well, front to us a son was born and a child was given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called the Wonderful Counselor, Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Them call him Christopher when he was born, rain fall from sky. Them call him Christopher when he was grown, in airplanes he fly. They call him Christopher lion break the chain, weep not, don't cry. Them call him Christopher read the Revelation chapter 5 verse 5. Then born near the city of Harar, the inspiration for Bob Marley's guitar. People crowd him like some big superstar. It no matter if England or Cote d'Ivoire, no matter if you're brown or black like Qatar. Haile Selassie say fi end all tribal war. A time fi gather Mount Zion, fi drive solar car from the car straight to Zanzibar. Who we are, the sons of Christopher when he was born, rain fall from the sky. Christopher when he was grown, in airplanes he fly. Then Christopher the lion break the chain, weep not, don't cry. Then Christopher read the Revelation.
I-Roots Records, an online shop for reggae and dub vinyl, CDs and Rastafari books. Rastafari owned and operated for over 15 years. We ship worldwide. We have many titles from Frontline Publications in stock. We have 50 plus Akabeka Midnight titles, which we believe is the most of any shop in the world. Special invite for the Lion Pride. Use code Lion's Voice and save 10% store-wide. If you spend $125 or more, the discount goes up to 15%. Visit us online at www.irootsrecords.com. The time has come.
In the haunting echoes of violence against women in St. Anne, Jamaica, a mysterious vigilante emerges. For the Woman Painted Purple unfurls a gripping narrative of empowerment, retribution, and the pursuit of justice. Brenda and her group sisters bond together in therapy over their common struggles, but soon their group becomes the subject of an investigation. As the vigilante's actions escalate, the relentless detective, Officer Woodley, races to unmask the mystifying figure. For the Woman Painted Purple is a pulse-pounding tale that explores the boundaries of justice, revenge, and the fighting spirit. This thrilling saga delves into the complexities of dealing with mental health, domestic abuse, and finding love after. Own your copy today. Visit www.devonigreen.com.
This is The Black Heart Man, Rastafari children's picture book, with hand-painted illustrations and rhythmic storytelling. This is a journey you do not want to miss. We offer worldwide shipping, so order your copy today at www.degreerspaintbrush.com. Alternatively, you can order your copy from TikTok. If you are interested in stocking the book, please email us at degreerspaintbrush@gmail.com. Thanks.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Banso, aka Teacher's Match Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of Lion Voice Live. Welcome to Lion Voice Live, and welcome to the Lion Voice Network. where the lions are telling our own story. And today, the lioness. And when I say lions, of course, we mean lion and lioness. But today we're emphasizing the lioness part because tonight we have a panel of powerful lionesses, and the item will get a chance to reason and interact with them. Most of them have been on the platform before. So if you really love their reasoning, I recommend go forward into the archives, check out their reasonings. Most of the sistren have been on multiple times. So this is nothing new. We have one sistren. This is our first time on the platform. So I want the Lion Pride to show her some love in the comment section. We want some emojis, some fire, some, you know what I mean, the homegrown hospitality as our Rastafari family comes together, our Pan-African family comes together. We had a powerful episode this morning, Pan-African Roundtable. Big up. I know some of the items are doing double duty. Big up all of the ones them who were on this morning with us for the early morning rise edition of the Lion Voice Network. Big up to the ones who are just joining us. Let us know in the comment section where the item are watching from. I see the Ras Bruno, big up yourself. Ras Shabaka, big up yourself. Early. Share the link, spread out the joy. We're going tonight into what is the Blue Fyah Order. We're going into what is the Blue Fyah Order I-Treat, which they're celebrating 10 years. So if they're celebrating 10 years of the I-Treat, you know the order go on longer than that. So a lot of I and I just finding out about this Blue Fyah Order. So tonight we're going to do a refresher course, but it's no stranger to the Lion Voice Network. We've done episodes on Blue Fyah Order, the Blue Fyah Sistren. We had a call from the Blue Fyah I-Treat earlier this year. So again, we're no strangers here. But tonight we're going to go in depth. This is the first panel that we've had of Blue Fyah. So, you know what I mean? We give thanks. ICDI Africulture, Kenya checking in. Tampa, Florida checking in. Dallas, Texas checking in. Let them know we're an international platform. I don't want some people think that we are a local number 7 platform, you know what I mean? We are global. And I have good news. Some of the items have been asking. We just got a shipment of new books, Haile Selassie's Ethiopia. So if you want your signed copy, go to the Chazmach Kwasi website. You can order your signed copy of Haile Selassie's Ethiopia. Box just come. We were out for a while, so big up everyone who has been ordering the book. And we are going to be launching a GoFundMe shortly because we want to go to Ethiopia and do some research for Volume 2. It's about that time now to start on Volume 2, which will take us from 1893 up until His Majesty achieved the title of the Chazmach. So you know that edition will include the Battle of Adwa and some other seminal moments. So we need to go to Ethiopia. Also, we want to do some primary research and some translation. Dr. Vitalien, Abba Samuel, some of His Majesty's early teachers, get some more understanding who these figures were around the emperor in that early time. So definitely look out for that. It's coming. It's on the way. We are going to be doing that. As you know, this is Pan-African History Month for the Lion Voice Network channel. Let me know if you were able to see our episode with Baba Anthony Browder. Classic episode. We went into the roots of Kemet from one of the foremost, if not the foremost scholar alive today, the only person of African descent allowed to do an archaeological dig in Kemet on the banks of the Luxor, excavating the Kushite dynasty. So check out that episode. The Dr. Umar episode I can see is also causing a little commotion online. big up, he's a controversial figure. Field Marshal Tau, the episode we did on the South Africa claims of xenophobia is kicking up a little rumpus online, and we see that as well. I don't have the time to respond to all of the comments, so we're past that. I don't have the physical time to read through all of the comments, because when the items start arguing upon a post, it just go on and my phone just pinging. I don't have time to read all of that, but I give thanks that it's causing ones to engage and it's causing that energy. The most controversial, though, is the episode we did with Ras Floyd Jarvis about the African American origins of Rastafari in the Western Hemisphere. And that one, my Jamaican family has come out, and me see them attack on Ras Floyd in the comment section. Again, I just encourage one to watch the episode. He did provide his sources, his links, all of that. So we can't be emotional. I'm born in Jamaica. I feel it too. Listen to me. We've always heard Jamaica was the origin of Rastafari in the Western Hemisphere, and we feel good about that. But that doesn't, finding out this information does not take away anything from Jamaica, because the movement did not spread globally from America. America, although the seed was planted in the West, in America, for whatever reason, it didn't survive in the US in any significant way. It was Jamaica that was the fertile soil that the seed was planted that brought this to the world. So this doesn't take away anything. Learning about the Prophet Grover Redding and his crew, and I know, I see some questions around, were they healing the divinity of His Majesty? And I think that once a man give his life in service of the emperor, we can't really question that man there again. The man bring out him firearms and say he must serve the Ethiopian crown, and gave his life. The first man hang and say, I have something to say, but now is not the time, right before he was hung. I think the brethren was citing up the king divinely. And admittedly, I still have to do more research on the other early figures of the Rastafari movement, but I think there's significant evidence that we can say Chicago was a jump-off point in the West. And I know it's going to be a hard pill to swallow for many of our family, but it's a good reasoning. It's because a wake up. Sometime when you feel like this thing belongs to the eye, you get complacent. So I'm hoping it will spur my brethren and sisters in Jamaica to wake up and really, we need to do more in terms of establishing Rastafari in Jamaica, much less globally. So I say all of that to say, give thanks for everyone engaging with the content. It's great to see that, because usually we're arguing on these topics and it's on somebody else's platform that have nothing to do with Rastafari. So it's good to know that I and I have a platform where we can come together, we can reason on these things, and also know that this thing is not static. As we come into the information age, as more knowledge becomes available, some things that we hold dear, we're going to have to let them go. Some things that we let go, we may have to pick up. Just like institutions, organizations, there's a time in Rastafari where we burn all of these things. Going up into the hills is a free man trod. You can't tell with nothing, which we give thanks for the spiritual fortitude that built in the movement. But we also now are realizing as we study the king that no, we need our institutions, our organizations, we need our businesses, our economic structure. His Majesty instructed us clearly on these things. And so it's with this lens that we introduce the Blue Fyah Order, which is, again, this is an organized and centralized kind of movements where these Rastafari sisters are from different houses and mansions, different orientation in terms of how they may see the divinity, but they are coming together to, well, we're going to find out what they're coming together to do tonight. And if you have comments, put them in the comment section. We're going to make sure we keep it respectful, you know what I mean, and make sure that we, you know, hold our protocol. Ras Roots, our moderator, is in the comment section. So if anyone pass them place, Ras Roots are going to just, he's our bouncer. Ras Roots are going to just muscle upon them and they will get blocked and put in timeout. You know what I mean? So make sure, you know, and that doesn't mean you can't disagree. That doesn't mean you can't state your sound, but we don't tolerate trolls in Lion Country. You know, you come into Lion Country, you can't troll over here. You have to engage with good faith over here. We're not into time wasting. You can't come with a division vibration over here. We're not into it. But we are into vigorous academic discussion, debate, disagreement, and we still love each other. I have some of my greatest opponents in my comment section every episode, and I love them, and I glad I smile when I see them. So let's just hold it right there. Before we bring in the guests, big up all of our sponsors. Grio's Eye Paintbrush, the children's book. Make sure you're purchasing. All of our aunties, our uncles, you can purchase for your niece, your nephew, your children. If your children are adults, purchase for their children. The Blackheart Man, he ships worldwide. One of our sponsors that we're very proud of. I love the commercial that they produce, family business. Let us support them. Let us make sure we're ordering their book, giving it as a gift. We are possible. Also, Davani Green, or Davani Green, she has her novel, The Woman Painted Purple, which is a thriller, you know, where a woman becomes a vigilante and starts to kill brethren who are issuing domestic violence against women. It's one of them mystery. Who is the vigilante? All of these things. It's a fictional book. We're going to actually have her on the podcast for Women Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which is October. So support the work. You know what I mean? These are our content creators within Rastafari that are doing great things, and they need an audience, and we are the audience. Not out there, we're looking for an audience for them. Also, Frontline Books, iRoots Records. Make sure everyone support our sponsors. We are creating our own internal ecosystem and economic strength. So don't just support the channel, even though I give thanks for the support of the channel. Support our guests, and that's how we're going to be strong as a nation. That's how our African leaders are going to take us seriously. When they see we come with media, they see we come with economic power, they see that we come with businesses, they see that we come with a structure. That's one of the reasons that I built this platform, so our digital footprint can look intelligent and like we're about something and we're going somewhere. Because when I look online with Rastafari, all I'm seeing is the artists and then some mix-up reasoning, and who of course who that's not over here. So now we have a platform to show our greatness, but we need the item to support our sponsors. Make sure you're spending money. If it means budgeting $20, $10 a month, you're gonna spend that with a Lion Voice guest for the month. That's enough, because we have over 80,000 subscribers now. And so if everyone does that once a month, then the prosperity will share with our family. So just, you know, be aware and be able to share. Also, our guests this evening, all of them are entrepreneurs. All of them have their own works. We're going to ask them to also share their publications. These are highly, I don't want to use the word overachiever because I don't feel like you can overachieve. But these sistren are highly, highly competent, highly, they have books, they have businesses. These are not regular sistren in terms of their achievements, both in Rastafari and in the wider Pan-African space. So we're going to ask them to share their individual works outside of Blue Fyah at the end of the episode. And Lion Pride family, if it touches your heart, we're asking that the item support each and every one of them individually, as well as we'll ask them to share a link so we can support the Blue Fyah Order I-Treat as well. And again, these are all of our institutions that are worthy of our support and our love. So with that said, let's get into the episode. We have these fire sistren here ready. I'm going to bring them up here, give a warm welcome to the Blue Fyah Sistren Order, and I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves individually, and then we'll go to Rasess Jahzani Kush to give us the history of the order and the I-Treat, and then we will come again. So Empress Karima, I know, is traveling, so she'll be on camera shortly. Don't worry, she's here. So let's start with the Rasess Jahzani Kush. Just introduce the I-self and how, you're obviously the founder of the order, but just how long you've been with the order, where the item are from, and just a little short bio of the work, so that when we get into the topics, people know who they are talking with.
Yes, hi. Greetings. Rastafari blessings in the name of Karamawi Haile Selassie and Empress Waziro Menen Asfa. I am Rasess Jahzani Kush. As the Jazzmat said, I am the founder of Lalabella Institute, which is the parent organization of the Empress Menen Asfa Blue Fyah Leadership I-Treat. And this is the 10th year since the inception of the Blue Fyah Leadership I-Treat. And I am an educator, I'm a philosopher, I am also a priestess and a prophetess within Rastafari. And so the I-Treat came about as a result of sistrens simply asking for it, asking for a time, an allotted time for Rastafari women to come together, to share space, and to hold Jerusalem schoolroom, essentially. Not a short amount of time, like we get together when we have family days, or we have days when sistrens might come together to celebrate the Empress, but a longer period of time. So initially, when the I-Treats first started in 2017, I and I would come together for 2 days. Now, at the request of the sistrens, now the I-Treats are for 3 days. So in 2000 and I don't even remember when I wrote the book, but I think about 10 years ago, right? I wrote this book, Blue Fyah. And so Blue Fyah, the ascension of the Ja'es and Rastafari, is where I go into details about what Blue Fyah is. Okay, so Blue Fyah, first of all, is divine feminine energy.
Stick a pin. I don't want you going to the Blue Fyah yet before we do the introductions, just your own personal introduction. So
okay.
Is there anything else about the I-self that you want to, I mean, you're no stranger to the platform, so you know, I mean, we've reasoned many times, but is there anything else you want to say about the I-self? And then we'll circle forward to get the history of the Blue Fyah.
Well, I'm also I'll just talk about this with I'm
Wi-Fi,
getting
the
some
guy.
lagging
Yeah,
on
yeah.
my
Go ahead.
end.
Go again. Go again.
Can
Go
you hear me,
again.
Jasmine?
Yes, I hear the eye. Go again.
Okay. Okay. I was saying that I am also the co-founder of the Center here in Miami, which is my first nonprofit. So
Yes.
primarily, I'm an educator, I'm a professor, and so culturally responsive education, whether it deals with adults or whether it deals with youths, is my forte. Give thanks,
Yes.
and now I
Give
yield
thanks.
to the other Rasses.
All right. So we have Rasess Shamara now. This is her first time on the Lion Voice Network. Please introduce the self, our royal sister.
Give thanks and greetings. I'm very happy to join you today. Yes, my name is Shamara Wiley Al Hassan, and I have been trotting the path of Rastafari since I was born. My parents are both Rastafari,
Okay.
and my work is also about Rastafari women. I'm actually an assistant professor of African American Studies at UCLA. And my book, Remembering the Maternal Goddess, Rastafari Women's Intellectual History and Activism, thinks about the ways that Rastafari women use their liberty to enact different acts of justice sort of around the globe. So I work in Ghana as well as Jamaica, and a little bit in Ethiopia. One of the ways that I met Rasess Jahzani, the founder of the Blue Fyah Order, was through this work. I actually happened upon her one of her other books. She has many books. One of her other books, Roaring Lionesses, when I was in grad school, and I reached out to her, and that was one of the ways that I first encountered her work and the idea of Blue Fyah, which I'm happy to be here to speak about today.
Excellent. Give thanks. Pleasure to meet the eye again. We're gonna go to one of my great sisters. These two are my local sisters where we have whole heap history with, and they're also no strangers. Can you hear them here, right? You're saying my audio is out. Sorry. Can you hear them here right now?
Yes, I.
All right. Sorry. Mama Thea, while we wait for Mama
Isis.
Thea to
Yes,
come,
I.
can the I introduce the eye self? We're not seeing the eye face anymore.
Ah, okay. I don't know why, because it's look. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear. So just introduce the eye self.
Okay, Rastafari love to the family and give thanks for the I, Raskwasi, and all the I's diligent and persistent work. So my name is Rasess Mama Thea. I live in Washington, D.C. I have, let's see, there's so much things to say about the I.
Yes.
So I'll
Make
start
sure
with
you
my
put in that you're a
academic.
genius. Make sure you show me that you're a
Ah,
genius over there too. Don't hide it, you know.
well,
All right.
well, since you want to start there, so I was able to obtain both my bachelorette and master's degree in chemical engineering from Howard University. In my professional space, I've worked over 20 years within the water infrastructure and the wastewater infrastructure field. Right now, I am a part of a team that manages um, the upgrade of our nation's capital water infrastructure, both large water mains and small water mains, and it's very, exciting work. Um, I design and correct one's designs for the upgrade. So it's a job that I full joy, and I also see it tied into our future works within Rastafari. And I have become an expert with regards to water and wastewater infrastructure. Um, my first individual business is Ostley Pure Natural Body Care. So I've taken my chemistry background and put it full force. I've started my business in 2005. I've been blessed to hold a small boutique in Mount Rainier, Maryland, right outside of Washington, D.C. for 9 years strong. I've been able to hold that space. So I also provide artisan body care products for ones. So as a part of our daily ritual, when we rise and we set out to do our work, it's important to fortify oneself. And I've created that tool for ones through the Ostley Pure Natural Body Care brand. Um, I've been also honored and blessed to be given an installment in 2019. I became the Impunta Hema of Salt Pond. Salt Pond, Ghana is actually the first capital of Ghana. It's also where Kwame Nkrumah organized to form the independence of Ghana. So it's also a place where the first paved roads in Ghana were, well, some would say Africa, but I would say Ghana also happened within the town Salt Pond, which is the original name is Achemfoa. So my stool name is Nana Ama Chemfwa the First, and in Punta Hema is the same as in Koswa Hema, which is a development queen. So I give thanks again. I'm also a Rasess. I was also inducted into the Blue Fyah Order. It is an order which I take highly seriously, and I give thanks for Rasess Jahzani with her foresight and her fortitude to bring it forward to the fold. Rastafari.
Give thanks, give thanks. And she forgot to say that is my good sister from Howard
Yes.
University days. And this is why, family, when you hear me talking about the building of Zion, we're so confident because my reality is being around Rastafari people who are dealing with sanitation and wastewater management and engineers and architects and you know what I mean. So when we're talking about building an alternative to Babylon, it's not a small thing that we are meditate over here. So I just want the item to know that. And Mama Thea is one of the reasons why. Rasess. I gotta remember to use their titles. They're here in official capacity. Even though they're my sister, and I have to stay with their purpose for tonight. And tonight they're Rasess. I have brethren asking about that title. We're going to get into it. We've talked about it before, but we will address all of that this evening. Empress Rasess Karima, can I just introduce thyself? Can I hear I? Empress Rasess Karima?
Greetings. If I'm not the last one, can I have someone else go and then I go? I have a little bit of noise in the background. I'm going to the area that's a little more quiet.
Okay. Let me see if Mama Wolete is ready. Well, she was just on and then something happened. All right. So while we get ready, we can have the I and Mama Wolete introduce yourself after we get the history of the Blue Fyah Order. So I'm going to go forward to the Rasess Jahzani Kush, to get the history, and then when you're done, I'll return and we'll hopefully by that time Empress Rasess Karima, and Rasess Wolete will be sorted. So please, for those who have not seen our at least 3 or 4 episodes that we have done together here, introduce and explain what is the Blue Fyah Order. Is that Wi-Fi the guy? Greetings. Greetings. Can I hear I?
Greetings.
Yes. Are you hearing I now?
Greetings.
Yes. Yes. Can you give us the history of the Blue Fyah Order?
I can hear the eye.
Can you give us the history of the Blue Fyah Order?
So with Blue Fyah came about as a result of the book that I wrote first called Roaring Lionesses, Rastafari Woman, Journeys of Self-Liberation. And in that book, I spoke about an energy, an divine feminine energy called Blue Fyah. So my sistress asked me to elaborate further on that energy, and that's when I wrote this book, which is all about Blue Fyah. It's like some call it a Blue Fyah textbook. And so after writing the book, sistress asked for another, like I'll reiterate, to come together and to just hold sacred space together. And so after holding that space for about 3 years of I-Treats, where Rastafari women learn about leadership, learn more about Empress Menen, partake in our ritual schoolroom, Jerusalem schoolroom, I then decided that there should be more than that as well. You know, that's once a year. I don't have a sorority to speak of within Rastafari, but I thought that it would be wise to create something akin to a sorority, but also something that emulated what Empress Menen did in creating the women's organizations that she did in Ethiopia. And so that's how the Blue Fyah Order of Empress Menen Asfa was born. And so part of that order, in order for sistrans to be initiated into the order, sistrans have to be worker bees. They have to have already demonstrated their immunities. They go through a 1-year initiation in which they have to read a variety of texts, a lot of it back to understanding the roots of ancient Kush and ancient. And after that, the sistren have to be able to visualize some type of community project that will benefit Rastafari Nation and general, necessarily sistren. But they have to be able to envision this thing, right? And then bring it to fruition. And so that is basically what the order is about. So there are 5 founding members, and all founding members are on today. You'll also see that the sistrans have on their cape. And so this is our regalia, blue and white, mud cloth. And so the sistrans who are a part of the order are also given the title Rasess, which stands for Royal Ethiopian Sistren, exemplifying stately strength. So the whole impetus behind the title is if there's a Ras, there's a Rasess, right? And so I coined the term in my first book. And so these sistren are given this title. And this is a title that they hold highly, you understand? And it just by one being called that term, lets you know right away these women are workers. They are all committed to their divine majesties, Empress Menen, as well as I, Haile Selassie I, and are dedicated to the nation. And so this is 10 years of doing that work, 10 years of sisters coming together. And this year is going, well, in 27 rather, it's going to be on the beautiful island of St. Croix. And some might ask, why St. Croix? Well, because that is where Blue Fyah came into my heavens. That is where energy, that is where Empress spoke to I, and energy of people who are not outliers, but who are strong, who are upward, who are diligent, and I admit and taking it forward to where Blue Fyah was getting its breath, so to speak.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. Powerful. And now, in terms of the vision for Blue Fyah, what role does the I envision Blue Fyah playing in things like repatriation, and some of the central themes that have yet to be achieved within Rastafari? Can you hear I? Can you hear I?
I couldn't hear the I. You were, I can hear the I.
Okay, we have a little bit of a lag.
Now.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a lag, so forgive us, family. I was gonna ask you, in terms of the vision of Blue Fyah, how do you see the Blue Fyah Order? What role do you see them playing in how Rastafari has some monumental task that it has identified for itself? Repatriation, African liberation, redemption, broadly. What role do you see Blue Fyah playing in the accomplishment of these roles?
I'm sorry, the jazz match. I couldn't hear the beginning of the ICE question. If you repeat it, maybe I can hear it now. If not, I'm going to yield to one of the other Rasesses to answer the ICE question.
Did anyone hear that question? Did anyone else hear that question? Greetings.
Isis. So, with regards to Blue Fyah, there is a project that Rasess Jahzani and I have been speaking on that directly relates to the ICE question, Jahzani Kwasi. However, that will be debuted in St. Croix at our 10th annual I-Treat. So with that, within the space of Blue Fyah. In the space of I individually, I mean, the fact that I've been installed as a Queen Mother in Ghana, it just laid the platform or the foundation for I, my individual self, to do works on that side. As of to date, I have, because coconut oil is one of my major ingredients in my products, I have, on year 4 of 150 coconut trees that I planted in order to produce my own coconut oil. For those of you all who go to Ghana, coconut oil is not really a thing. Palm oil is, and the coconuts that are used are mainly used to hydrate. So I wanted to try my hand at a version of agriculture, my first version of agriculture. I've also purchased land because when I traveled to Africa, and I've only been to Ghana and also to Ethiopia, so there's still a lot of ground that I need to cover in terms of, which portion of our great nation of Africa that, I would like to help to uplift. But in that, job creation is definitely an issue. How can people pay for utilities if they don't have jobs? So I have plans to, I did buy land to build a factory. It happened to be on the land that was taken for a Woya project, which is a lithium project. My land was right in the heart of the lithium project. So right now it's been eminent domain. So I do have to find another piece of land to build that factory. But those are the things individually, in terms of what I am putting forward as a Rasess for the development of Rastafari in Africa.
Mighty, mighty. And this is so beautiful because I'm just catching up with my sister and I don't know all of this information about Ghana. So give thanks, Mama Thea. Can everyone hear me now? All right. Before we do the intro with Empress Rasess Karima and Mama Wolete. Okay, we're gonna just I'm gonna put that question to the eye again. Rasess Jahzani, I was asking in terms of the mission and the vision of the Blue Fyah Order. How did I see it playing a role in this Gideon, Iowa?
I'm sorry, the Just Badge. I'm not able to hear the eye. I was hearing you just
You're not hearing
the eye just a few minutes ago.
Can you hear right now?
It went out.
Are you hearing right now? Go out and come back in. Go out, exit, and come back in. If you can exit and come back in. And I'm gonna go to the eye, Mama Shamara, and just ask why. You know, you're an esteemed academic. You touched on it briefly in your intro, but I know that you do your due diligence. I know you do your vetting. What made you say, I'm going to be a part of what these sisters are doing with Blue Fyah? What were some of the aspects of the order that really pulled you into wanting to go through? Because it's a rigorous requirement, a year of commitment just to go in. Talk about that process for the eye.
Well, my work is committed to sistering first and foremost, and balancing the liberty within Rastafari. So what I noticed through my travels and speaking
Mama
with
Shamara,
different...
check to see if the eye is unmuted because we can't hear.
Oh,
I'm hearing.
sorry.
I'm hearing.
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
No, I hear. It seems like the forces are doing everything they can to interfere technologically. We had the same kind of issues this morning, and I think all of these sisters are in the United States. So something is happening with the Wi-Fi, but we're working it out. So Rasess, continue. We were hearing fine, Mama Thea.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yes, I hear the eye. Fine.
Okay. Yes. Yes, I was saying through my travels and speaking with different Rastafari communities, different sistren, I realized that there is a serious problem that Ras Kwasi, you mentioned in terms of one of the commercials for the show, which was about the woman painted purple, I believe it was, and domestic violence within Rastafari communities. So what I heard from Sistren was just about the constant sort of patriarchal, male-dominated energy within the movement that a lot of sistren were pushing back against in their individual lives as well as in their communities. So coming forward to Blue Fyah and reasoning with Rasess Jahzani as well as the other sistren, Mama Thea, Mama Wolete, Empress Karima, it was a part of the work that I was already doing. And so for me, it was just a continuation of trying to think about how we can balance the energy with the divine feminine within Rastafari, which to me was really an important part of mitigating a lot of the domestic violence and patriarchal overtones and energies that the movement has had historically.
Speak about that, because a lot of brethren will not understand what you're saying, in terms of the allegations of domestic violence, but it is a reality not just in Rastafari, but in all Caribbean Black families. So a lot of these things are things that are being pulled in from our greater witness in Babylon. Can you speak a little bit about that in terms of what your studies have shown you and growing up in the movement has shown the eye?
Yeah, just as you said, Rastafari is not unique in terms of patriarchy or domestic violence, or the suppression of women. But what is unique about Rastafari is that we've always pushed back against Babylonian constructs in terms of our relationships with one another. So the founders, you spoke a bit about the founding of Rastafari, tried to establish Rastafari as a healing space. I believe Leonard Howell wrote about it as a balm yard. And so for me, if that is the origin of Rastafari as a healing space, as a balm yard, it should be a safe space for everyone. That means not only brethren, but also sistren and also children. And so how can we as a family make it more of what it was supposed to be, rather than this type of patriarchal energy that, is a part of the Babylon system that we've always fought against.
Give thanks, give thanks. Do we have everyone forward here? All right. Yes. All right. Now we're going to try to do the introduction again. Rasess Dr. Wolete. Can you hear I?
I can hear the eye. Can the eyes hear I?
Loud and clear now. All right. Please give the introduction of the I self.
Eyes is I. Greetings in the divine names of Kadamawi Haile Selassie I and Empress Wazero Menin Asfa. I am Rasess Wolete. I pray the eyes for the technology glitch. Dijas Match Kwasi calls it Wi-Fi the guy. So yes. I pray the eyes, but give thanks that I'm forward and tell the eyes a little bit about myself. I was born in Trinidad, on the island of Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. I grew up largely in New York from very early days, since my idea mani, like ones would say. I came into the Rastafari movement in New York. I do have some Rastafari in my family. My father's brother is famously known as Conquering Lion in Trinidad, and also an aunt and cousin, Aishiba. So Rastafari was not something that was foreign to my family. In my life, I am a librarian. I work within DC government. I live in the Maryland, DC area. I work as a librarian within Children's Services. I am also an author. I am the founder of Yeshimabet Books and Things, which is a Rastafari Pan-African cultural bookstore. And I am also the founder of Choral, which is the Center of Repatriation and African Liberation. And finally, I am also the current chairperson of the Universal Development of Rastafari, IDOR. So I give thanks for these few words, and I give thanks to be here reasoning about this mighty work called Blue Fyah. Give thanks.
Give thanks, give thanks. We're coming straight to the eye. Empress Rasess Karima. Can you hear our Empress Rasess Karima? Okay, we're not getting good reception. I think we have to wait until the eye gets stationary, maybe. We're patient. We're very patient. We'll wait till the eye gets stationary because we're not hearing the eye clearly. Yes, give thanks. So we'll wait till the eye get to the eye location, and then and if you haven't seen Empress Karima episode on the Lion Voice Network, it's a classic, one of our great love stories. Ambassador Seven,
Yes.
Ras Basali as well. So make sure you check that out if you have not seen either one of their reasonings on the Lion Voice. So what I want to get into today, because we're not doing the Lion Talk Time Machine or the Lion Voice Time Machine, what I want to get into is really this I-Treat, and what this I-Treat represents within the context of the movement, and what this I-Treat, why should Rastafari sistering trotting over land and sea, why should they rally to this I-Treat? I'll start with the I Rasess. Can the I hear I Rasess Jahzani Kush? Is the I hearing I? I don't think she can hear I. Oh, you hear I? Okay, it's
Yes,
lagging. Okay, so can you give us that history of the I-Treat, why and what?
Yes, So the I-Treat is an opportunity for sistren to come together and to synergize their energy. It's right now times are very, and so the sisterhood that the I-Treat provides is something special. When Ayatas come forward to participate in the treat, time they don't know each other prior to attending the I-Treat. That happens. It's like magic, honestly. It really is. And so for Ayatas who want to go deeper into what I have termed someone's called it spirituality, and I would call it criticality. For Ayatas who know that something is bubbling up internally and they don't have an opportunity to ground up with other Ayatas in their locale, they can have this opportunity to come and seat up with I, because I ride up very high heavens, because I are tapped in to I Ima, Empress Menen Asfa. And so tapping in like that is a very uplifting energy. Sistren talk about how the I-Treat changes, what happens when we come together in this love and light. And so that is one of the reasons why sistrens need to come forward, because you know the feeling. And one thing about I-Treat, I advertise not aggressive advertising. As the founder of the order and the founder of the I-Treat, I have learned to kind of sit forward, you understand, and just put the energy out there and see, who listens to the trumpet and who comes forward as a result. So if you're looking for higher irids, if you're looking for an opportunity to ground up with sisters who you are your sisters for life, you understand, since the 10 years that I have been doing this, I always yant, once Blue Fyah, always Blue Fyah. you know, because you never forget that energy that that you share with your sister. And so I and I are calling one sort we I'm really, you know, I want to cap it at 20, you know, what cap something that, you know, you are going to, you know, benefit from. Well, we're capping it because the energy is really that sacred. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that, no, it's not a money making sure. You know, you think about I-Treats or what they call retreats out in the world and how much they cost. You know, $500 is not a lot of sisterhood that you're getting. And so in this, every year we, at least past 4 or 5 years, we've had a theme. And so this year's theme has to do going forward to ancient Kush, and forward to that ancient bloodline that I and I all hail from, that I and I all stem from. And then going forward to that anciency, I and I go forward to I and I divine mother. And so I treat the energy that you feel I treat, you'll get. I can say that with a surety because the sisters who come are so knowledgeable, a plethora of things that come, they share that energy, that things such as economics, multiple come in addition to iridical things. You know, material and iridical go hand in hand. So you know, we talk about those things. Also, repatriation is at the forefront of I and I Iris right now in this time. Almost, I think everyone that's a part of the order has been to the continent multiple times, right? And many of the participants have been to the continent visiting. At this point, it's about planting roots. So we'll be talking about those things as well. One of the things that I am extremely interested in at this point in this stage in my life, because it's been 40 years since I've been in the liberty, is the dearth of younger Rastafari that after I and I, so right. So I'm very glad, very pleased to say that several of the participants are young Ayatas. You know, between the 5 of us and the listeners coming, we have so much knowledge, right? Experiences in the liberty. We want knowledge from those experiences that is time to share. I and I are a loving group of sisters, and we know that we have to make, I and I have to make certain that those sisters who are coming before I and I are wiser than I and I are, you know, and so sharing and making sure that the next generation, because they're going to be the ones, we're the young elders, right? And so those sisters and these young kings are going to be the ones that make certain our come to fruition or come to fruition, right? And so we're looking to strengthen as well as to build amongst ourselves.
Give thanks, give thanks. Empress Karima is almost ready. Mama Wolete or Rasess Wolete, can you add anything to what your sister has said there?
Yes. She's pretty much covered most of it. It's definitely a very high time for the sisterhood and for Rastafari women. It really views divinity through a Kushite lens and really sees Empress Menen in her full glory. And I venerate, there's opportunities to venerate the Empress for all of her being, all of her mighty work. The last I-Treat, and I had an actual earthlight libration. for Empress Menin. And I played music and I made cards, you know, I prepared a lovely meal. So it's really a time to really seat up with Ima in a collective. So many commonalities, you know, the mighty projects that come out of the Blue Fyah Leadership I-Treat. My third book, the most recent to be publication, is an I-Treat that came to I at the sealing of the Blue Fyah Leadership I-Treat. It's like I got a message that this is the work that I am to now do. And that's because I really elevate I's I-Treats at the I-Treat. There's a lot of chanting, there's a lot of meditation, a lot of einity. So the heavens are really clear, and the messages come straight, live, and direct to I. There's the whole sacrament, whether it be in a tea or, you know, the traditional herbal consumption way. But yes, heavens open up, and it's a mighty, mighty revelation that comes forward. So it is that iritical part of the I-Treat that really sets I up. So yeah, I just wanted to add that. Give thanks.
No, definitely. Give thanks. Empress Karima, are you ready there?
Yes, I give thanks to the ice patients.
All right, locked and loaded.
And I sisters holding the powerful space. Yes, I give thanks to this such, you know, wonderful, joyous moment. You know, first and foremost, you know, give thanks. I would like to, you know, of course, extend the fact that in introducing I self, and I acknowledge I self as an extension of I great mother, you know, because our mother, of course, as a primordial being that has expanded itself and herself within creation, you know, the divine mother, father. You know, I give thanks for her, you know, being our perfect example. So I see I self as an expansion of such. You know, we are no different from our divine mother, and that's what, you know, our divine mother has came to teach us. You know, that we are her, and, you know, in our glory and splendor, we represent her, and, you know, she emanates her truth and her light through I. So I give thanks for such a powerful understanding of who our divine mother is. You know, next to that, I am, you know, Honorable Empress Karima, member of the Ethiopia Africa Black National Congress, Women's Freedom Liberation League, as well as on this platform and, you know, throughout, you know, the ages, you know, nothing new, because nothing is new under the sun, but, you know, being a member of the order of Empress Menen Asfa, you know, I has been, you know, honored to have the title Rasess. You know, I stand, you know, honorably in that stature as well. Being a mother of also 7, I also own 2 restaurants with my kingman and my family, 2 vegan restaurants. Besides that, I'm also member of the 400 Fund, which is an established company in Burkina Faso. I stand as not only a board member, but also the director of health and wellness. You know, I give thanks once again for being on this platform. I won't keep it, you know, too long, but, you know, that's just a brief introduction of myself. Give thanks.
Give thanks. I see Basali, Ras Basali in the forward. Big him up for I. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, honorable big and you.
with family. So anyway, we want to ask everyone on the platform the same question about the I-Treat, because today we're here about the I-Treat 10 years. There's going to be a massive celebration in St. Croix in the new year, and I think it's open where one can apply to register. I would assume there's a vetting process, so just because you register doesn't mean you're accepted. Is that correct? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
So for sistren who are interested in participating, they should reach out to and so I am going to ask Rasess Wolete if she could possibly put let's see, lalabella.org@gmail.com, which is my email address, lalabella.org@gmail.com. And so when sistren reach out and express an interest in participating in the I-Treat, I do reason with them because it's very important that the energy is aligned. And so I asked sistren, like, what is the I's reason for wanting to attend the I-Treat? What is it that the I is looking for? I want to know essentially who they are because it's really, it's necessary to make sure that the energy is aligned. And so there's a $150 non-refundable deposit for ones who are interested in attending, and then they pay the remaining $350 by January 1st. So once one has paid and have they been accepted as a participant in the I-Treat, I have a series of reasonings, of phone calls, or Zoom calls so that I can get a chance to know each other for those who are new, also to set the tone for what it is that I plan to accomplish. We're not going into this willy-nilly. We're going into this with a purpose. We're going in this to activate our higher selves. You understand? And so that takes time. That just doesn't happen every 3 days. It happens as I and grounds up amongst each other.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. And I would take it to the eye, Rasess Shamara. In terms of the I-Treat, what do you think? Why should a sister that's trotting Rastafari, maybe she's not aligned, maybe she even came to the revelation herself through her own research, but she has no community. Why should a sister like that attend the Blue Fyah I-Treat?
Yeah, one of the things that I really love about the I-Treats are the opportunities to share other people's stories. So I know the Lion's Den is about storytelling. Blue Fyah I-Treats are also about storytelling, where sisters come, they share the things that they've gone through in their lives. They're able to at least have a support system amongst the sistren who are there. And even as Rasess Jahzani said, a lot of the sistren don't know each other. I have never met before, but through the types of reasonings, the types of programming that the I-Treats offer, it nurtures that sort of unity amongst us. So I think for healing purposes is the most important thing that one can receive from the I-Treat.
Give thanks. And I think that's very important. And as a brethren, I have to realize that, we say Gideon boot and we lace up and we out there fight, but we have to also realize that our queens, the sister in them, need to have their own ways of decompression, of relieving stress, of reasoning, and this is why I think it's very important for I as Rastafari evolves, because as Rastafari evolves, we're going to see more structures. The youths are going to come and do other things, So there may be many orders. I think what we have to ensure is that there is a common, purpose, that these orders, instead of, because what happens in Babylon is that they have all these secret societies that, they start one way, and then it just becomes about the internal members, and then they're even feeding off of the society instead of giving forward to the society. So as we evolve, because we know this manifestation of the liberty is still in its infancy, 1930 to now, we're just coming up on 100 years of the revelation, of the full revelation, of Haile Selassie and David Throne. And as it evolves, we have to look at where Babylon went wrong, because the original Babylon was African people. It was a Kushadic civilization, So when we say Babylon, it's not a color thing, it's a meditation and an orientation vibration. So I say that to now go to the eye, Empress Rasess Karima. You're in the Caribbean, and I think it's a little bit different down in the Caribbean in terms of how the sistren interact. What would you say to sistren in the Caribbean, why they should make an effort to be a part of this Blue Fyah order?
It is necessary to be a part of the Blue Fyah Order because it not only helps you to enlighten your meditation even more, it helps you to connect directly to the Mother of Creation through Sisterhood. And in our, coming together, I've, seen how the unity of sistren is actually that natural catalyst that our mother uses to not only represent herself, but to execute her works, And in coming together as being part of not only the Blue Fyah Institute, the Blue Fyah out of Empress Menen, but also coming to the I-Treats, it helps you to be able to tap into your own Blue Fyah within yourself, which helps you to emanate that which is within so that you can be part of the whole. And in being part of the whole, each one of us have an individual duty to do. And in bringing forward your individual duty, it adds to the puzzle piece, to make this splendid glory beautiful, even more beautiful. Because at the end of the day, each one of us, even though we were created in separate wombs, the macro universe, which is our womb of our mother, is where all things have been birthed. So in us being able to understand that, you would know that none of us are exempt from her glory. It's just for us to let it shine out of ourselves, to understanding ourselves more. So in order to do that, it's not only the only way, but having the sisterhood, is very important in terms of being able to understand your role within the order of Rastafari. And the Empress Menen or Blue Fyah Order is something that, helps you to embrace that, with such joy, such splendor, because our sisters are there to embrace each other, not compete. As the world have teach us that women compete with each other and they can't get along. That type of energy don't exist within the Blue Fyah. This Blue Fyah is a purging fire. This Blue Fyah is a purifying fire. This Blue Fyah is a fire that helps us to uplift one another. We don't consume each other and disrespect each other and, look down on each other. We look at ways that we can enhance what you already have within. And in order to do so, this is why, I will Rasess Jahzani express that, you go through, these different steps to become a member, and in order to become a member, bring forward what you have within you, whether it's presentations, workshops, you have to literally put, a bio about yourself and what you do, what you have to offer to Rastafari. So it's a deep, extensive program to become an actual member, but in attending the I-Treat, you would be able to at least see, where you could fit in and become a member as well yourself.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks for that. The last part was a little bit
the jazz match.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to I want to strengthen what Rasess Karima just said. Those sistren, okay, it's been 10 years. So because it's been 10 years, there is some research that has come out of it, right? Not from a what you would consider like an academic type, but empirical research, just ones just sharing the word sound. And so a lot of sisters have reported that when they go forward from the I-Treat, they begin to see, just for the better. But one of the things that is important, she will consistently, is that, like Rasess Karima said, Blue Fyah is that purifying fire, is the purge that you to have done before you activate certain works. You have to clean house, so to speak, and that happens. So if you know you need that push, if you know you need strength, there's something about community in this setting that really helps to catapult that type of energy. So I would say if you know that you're on the cusp and you just don't have strength, or you're just not sure to make positive changes, it's very, and it is all to remember, it's a leadership I-Treat. And because it's a leadership I-Treat, you have to lead yourself first. You understand? Before you can go to anybody and say, hey, I'm qualified to do this, or I'm qualified to guide you. Blue Fyah helps with that internal guidance. And the sisters who are part of not only the order, but we have a lot of sisters who come forward. And sisters blogs like, well, I came forward this time because I know I need to do a certain. Blue Fyah is going to activate that into energy and positive energy. Then maybe this might not be for you. Something else might be for the eye. But if you know your energy, you're into that energy, who are serving their divine majesties, that blue is the beneficial in your life.
Okay. We're experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties. Is everyone hearing clearly? Because I'm getting a little bit of static on my end. I'm not hearing the Rasess Karima.
I and I are hearing clearly, but there's lagging.
Okay. So we're all experiencing a different audio experience based on where we are. Okay. Let us know in the comments if you love what you're hearing so far. I'm watching the comment section. Barrington Edwards, I'm going to ask the eye to just focus on the topic at hand, so that we can, keep our comment section as one of the greatest comment section online. If you cannot, because you're typing in full caps, which is mean you're shouting at people. If you cannot balance yourself, we're going to take the eye out of the comment section. I love the eye. Although Miss Sister there, I come on a divide and rule sometime, but we need to have some decorum in the comment section and not distraction, because then other people don't comment and it just lowers the entire vibration of what we're building here. So no disrespect to the eye, Brother Barrington, but just fix up the reasoning as we are reasoning on the topic. Tonight we are here, Blue Fyah. Provide some value, not name calling and these things in the comment section. We're not depend on that over here, my brother, respectfully. All right, sorry about that, ladies, empresses, Rassesses. We just had to make sure that we preserve the integrity of our platform. I want to find out now more about, we talk about Empress Menen. We have some of our foremost researchers and scholars here on Empress Menen, and we've touched on it, how Empress Menen kind of is the guiding light for the I-Treat, for the order. What I would like to know is, are there any plans to produce or publish works that because it's so hard to find Empress Menen speeches, Empress Menen. We have the one book from the sister who, the sister Parnell, Dr. Parnell. I don't know if she's a doctor, but as far as I know, do we have any works produced by a sister of African descent on our mother? And if not, I think that would be something I would love to see the Blue Fyah with this brain trust. This is a powerful, and I know that the item are all researchers. How can Empress Menen, or what are the plans in terms of bringing Empress Menen not just to the world but to Rastafari people, because we don't all even know much about our Ivine mother. I'm putting it out. Anybody who wants to answer is free to answer.
Well, first of all, I do have one sister that, have been under the ice pack for Dr. Apamwadi. She also has a
Yes.
book,
Okay.
has a
Sorry.
few,
Yes.
she
I
does have a few
apologize.
excerpts on our mother. You can find a few excerpts on our mother and her works as well online. You have to visit Ethiopia as well and look in some of the archives. But one of the mystics of our mother, right, is you have to, this is why the Blue Fyah Order is so important. And not only the Blue Fyah Order, but also the Women's Freedom Liberation League. And I being able to tap into I and myself as a woman. As I express, and as Dr. Rasess Jahzani as well expressed, ourselves as woman represents our mother in her manifestation, the fullness of her manifestation of herself expanding throughout the universe, right? And one of the key things to be able to tune in and tap into the mother of creation and understand her works is not going to be found just in books. It's not going to be found in speeches, literatures, as we have found with our Majesty Haile Selassie first himself. This is an iretical tapping. You have to be able to iretically get the messages that are genetically embedded within I and I to understand who the mother of creation is, to understand some of the work she has done. And not only that, be able to bring forward her work to yourself. That's the key in knowing our mother of creation. It's not something where you're going to be able to just go and look and read upon. As time goes by, and my responsibility is to continue to journal and make information readily available for who is to come in the future. But at this present time, it's very important for I and I to be able to look within I and myself and overstand I and I the work, overstand I and I mission. And it's deeper than just looking at the physical environment of Karima. If you understand even who her God is, which is a great mother, a great, what is represented in Hermetic knowledge as how, right? The one that brings forth justice, the one that, is the light giver. We will understand more of why and mother is.
All right. Hold on 1 second. Are you all able to hear the sister?
Not that well.
Is anyone hearing? Because I want to make sure they are saying some powerful.
It's a little laggy. I'm hearing about maybe 80% of what she's saying.
Okay. Can you go out,
It's
Empress?
laggy.
Yeah. Can you go out, Rasess Karima, and come forward again? Just exit and come right forward. Yeah, because I'm not hearing everything, but as she said before she says anything, let me fix up my apology properly, because I made a bad statement about not having works on Empress Menen. So we want more works. This is from our Professor Apamwadi, the Empress Menen Chronicles, and the latest work here, the Empress Menen lookbook. So I want to make sure I fix up my talk in the moment. You know what I mean? We need more, but there are works that are there. And I think that's so important, because I think most of the things that we're calling for as a movement already exists. Okay, book a fly now, like rain. So we need an institute, a physical place maybe, where all of this could be gathered, or online space that could be created just
The
for.
jazz match.
Yes, greeting. Yes, yes. Are you not hearing I? Are the item hearing I?
Yes.
Okay. Rasess Jahzani Kush, are you
Yeah, but
hearing?
it's going in and out.
Moment.
Okay.
We
What
can
about
hear
the
the
I?
A
eye.
little. A little.
Okay. What about the I, Rasess Shamara? Are you hearing I?
Yes, I can hear. I can hear.
Okay, okay. I don't know what's happening with Rasess Jahzani Kush link. Rasess, can you hear I now? Can I hear I now?
Can you hear I?
Yes. I hear the I clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. All right. All right. I was waiting for Empress Karima to come forward, but I will put that question to the I Mama Wolete in terms of
But I
Yes,
want
I.
to block a sound.
Okay, okay. Go ahead and block the sound. Go ahead and block the sound. Rasess Jahzani. There's a heavy lag, family, so she's not hearing I in real time, it seems. Rasess Karima, can you hear I?
Yes, I can.
Okay, the eye is clear now. Repeat what the eye said earlier, please.
I think you heard the part about our sister, Dr.
Yes.
Opangwadi, that has, okay.
Yes. Yes.
One of my great expressions in regards to finding out information about our mother is the fact that it's iretical, right? And I being able to tap into I and I self. Now, there's several ways, of course, given, that we have the Blue Fyah I-Treat, that's one of the ways that you can be able to come forward and get information. Because I could say that all I and I who are on the platform have taken the time out and have had the experience of being able to see and hear the mother experience herself and reveal herself to I and I, besides just doing the physical research. Because unlike, as I was saying, His Majesty, where we can go and, read some of his speeches or, go and read some of the important utterances or maybe even just look into the history books, it's going to be a lot more difficult to do that in terms of researching I and I mother, her works, her responsibility, within creation. And one of the main reasons, of course, started even before her, what I would say, expression of herself in the physical temple of Wolete, Georgis, also known as, Empress Menen Aspa. It goes further back than, even her physical self, from the times of Hathor and, Isis and these ones that are spoken of from even in the Kemetic days. So if we don't understand some of these, iretical teachings, even from then, it will be a little bit more difficult to understand, who our mother is and, her purpose and, why I and I even are here and her too, represent the mother, because we have known within history, there was a time when, it was purposefully done to eradicate the mother of creation from even the Godhead, and a lot of dissipation of writings and history, her story, if we want to call it that, has been deleted from history so that we can't even go and read about it. So we have to look it in our genetics, as I was saying. We have to look within the blueprint of I and I irates, to be able to tap in and tune in and let the mother reveal herself through, being able to go within yourself. That's why the 21 days principle is essential when it comes to the Bobo Ashanti liberty, or, just being able to be still as a Rastafari woman. I look within. Yes, it's honorable to get the word song of, the brethren, and, the brethren have done their part. We respect and honor all the brethren that have been, forerunners within the liberty.
It's gone out again. Can the item hear now? It started clear for I. Stick up in Rasess Karima. Are the item hearing? Are the item hearing? Can the I? Yes.
And I hearing. Did just much.
Yes.
Did just much.
Yes, I.
And I need the I to type in lollybella.org@gmail.com so that ones can get it, because there's an empress trying to attend the I-Treat in Martinique asking for info.
Okay, let me
lollybella.org
at Gmail.
The I would have to do things.
Yes, I. I'm gonna put that in the chat.
Ayata Sanai or Sani.
Yes,
Give
I
thanks.
saw. So I'm putting that in the chat right now. Can the item hear I though? Because Rasess Karima, she started very clear for I, and then it started getting choppy. Was that the same experience that the item
Yes,
had?
I can hear.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Give thanks. Rasess Karima, try again. Talk and let's see if we can hear. Go ahead, try.
I don't know where
Yeah, it's we're not hearing. Is the eye hearing? Rasess Shamara, you're my balance to make sure it's not just my system. You're not.
No, I think Rasess Karima is unclear. It's breaking up.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to make sure it's not just my system. So what I'm gonna ask us to do, sisters, my sisters, we have a challenge confronting us. There's a character that comes on this platform named Wi-Fi the Guy.
I think it might be the
He likes to start the show. When we go too high, when the vibration get too high, Wi-Fi the Guy comes in and wants to distract and start the show. So what I'm gonna ask, as soon as you don't hear, just go out, come right back in. We're just gonna have to confuse him and confound him. So it seems when you exit and come in, we have a little window. So we're gonna just work with it until we can get our own satellites and we can get our own servers and our own system, because I don't think this is gonna end anytime soon. Royal blessings, Mama Thea.
as is.
Okay, clear, crystal clear. Rasess, can you hear I now? Can you hear I now, Rasess?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna come to the eye. I know you wanted to address
Yes.
the topic on Empress Menin. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rasess.
Yes, I was block. Just like in the early days of Safari, where ones didn't have a lot of books, but I remember in 2009 being in Ethiopia and Bongaraki saying, during within the time education, you understand, but it was that inspiration that those elders had within their, Watu would talk about ones coming together and in certain yards, and they just held a meditation, and through that meditation these ones were able to go in it. I are doing just that, just like Rasess Karima said, we're going into those heights. Now, someone out there be on misunderstanding, but when something works and things to jail and things are to women as a portal, you end up. Now, again, if you haven't attended any other I-Treat, this I-Treat in St. Croix is going to be even more special because St. Croix itself is a portal. You understand? Ones who know. Okay. You understand? I who learn these things, I know that out of this 10 anniversary, I are going to so it's not for the faint of heart. You understand? It's for those who are ready and trying to just get daughters and droves to come. Because we know, according to see, only 144,000. Right? 1,000 was real MAGA when we really thought about all the people that are on the earth. But when I are really and truly manifesting to become members of the new race, I think that number might be about right. But not, trying to just get everyone to come. Again, this is just a trumpet sounding just who feel the energy.
Give thanks. We're still battling, but I got most of it. I hope everyone else was able to hear most of it. Let us know in the chat, in the comment section, if you're hearing. We have 48 people on live. Even if you're watching the replay, let us know in the comment section what's happening. Let us know also where you're watching from. Let's have a roll call. All the Lion Pride tuning in. Please let us know where you're watching from in creation. We are an international platform, so we want to heights up the vibration. Drop your emoji, drop where you're calling from in the chat. We have the Blue Fyah Order here tonight, and I feel very privileged to have such powerful sistering here with us. Mama Thea, I'm going to ask the why the Blue Fyah I-Treat? Why would you tell a young Rastafari sistering, or even an elder sistering who may be treading in her own vibration, why should they attend the Blue Fyah I-Treat? What benefit do you think it would have for them?
Yeah, I mean, there are several reasons, but the ones that are coming to the eye in the forward now is just one, just to exhale. There are many times this 10th year is all about like inner standing, right? I know we overstand, but there's some spaces and with I that we need to go in a inner space. One of the things that just drew I to Rastafari in general was that iritical proudness, right? These are things that it doesn't matter where you're born from, where you come from, how much education you have, or how little education you have. There's a iritical tie that binds I'm not within the Rastafari movement, and I sometimes we forget that. And so, for me, especially with regards to the sistering within this Blue Fyah Order, and they're shut. there is a red fire that we are waiting to come forward.
I'm really believing that they are sabotaging these broadcasts. I tell you, because anytime we get into something nice, it's like the audio start cut. And this is why, family, we need our own satellites. We need our own. We have a lot of work to do because these Babylonians are really hampering. If we were here talking about foolishness and cussing people, the thing would be clean as a whistle. I tell them the truth, but this is what we have. All right, so Mama Thea, talk again. Let me hear, because I wasn't hearing anything from the eye at the last part.
And
Were you able to overstand, Mama Wolete?
And I may need to reschedule. Is it raining in DC?
No, it's nice weather here in DC, but I don't know what's happening. We had the same issue this morning, so I'm not sure. We're plugged up with Wi-Fi bars, them all, connected. So I don't know what's happening right now. Let's try this.
I think we're losing critical sections.
Yes, we're not. It's definitely chipping out. Our audience is patient, but we're losing some of the key sounds. Mama Thea, talk again. No, I'm not hearing anything. Are you all hearing anything? Yes. Greetings.
Kwasi.
Yes, greetings. Greetings.
Yes, I want to block a sound because of yes, Kenny, I hear I.
Yes, I. Go ahead.
The jazz match. I'm going to propose that I and I are going to have interested in hearing this monumental 10-year I-Treat. I and I are going to host a Zoom because I and I know that ones would love to really hear the sound, and unfortunately, due to the technical difficulties, it's been difficult. So I and I would love DI to post it so that ones who are interested in hearing more about the I-Treat, because ones even mentioned scholarships and things of that such, that they're interested in that platform, so that ones who are interested could be a part of the Zoom.
Excellent idea. Excellent idea. I would happily post that.
Yeah.
So we can do a follow-up, and maybe Lion Voice Network can be a sponsor and we can push it out. But we are having some serious technical difficulties, and it's not doing justice for such a magnificent panel. So many ones are commenting on the royal blue and the outfits they want to know. We don't even get to go into the fashion of the Blue Fyah. And is there a fashion line coming? I don't know, but we're having bad reception. Dr. Rasess Wolete, let's just do final sounds from everyone and see if we can get through that, and then we'll reschedule.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear right?
Yeah, and what we can also do is that we can pre-record something on Zoom and then put it out here as well. So that's another option, so that we can get around the technical.
So the final sound is to Just much?
Yes, yes. It was cutting
Eyes
out.
is eye.
Yes, go ahead.
The eyes can hear I. Okay, I'm going to move really fast. And final sounds are just inviting the Rastafari Ayatas to come forward and seat up with the Blue Fyah Order. It is a really, really mighty experience. Over the years, I have met at least 30 at minimum, 30 to come forward and sip up on this mighty food that I sip up on. Iritical food, food for our temple. It's a mighty opportunity. And I think one and one should take the opportunity to come and sit up with Rastafari Ayata, the members of the new regiment. Give thanks.
Give thanks, give thanks. Let's go to the Empress Shamara. Final sounds for the global family.
Yes, give thanks, Raskwasi, for the platform. I'm so sorry to the Lions Voice Network that we were not as clear, but we have plans to come forward again. And I just want to emphasize Rasess Jahzani's book, Blue Fyah, The Ascension of the Jahess, because in that book, Raskwasi mentioned more information around Empress Menen. And Rasess Jahzani has a powerful reasoning around Empress Menen that I think everyone should read. And so please, I echo my sister and Mama Wolete in welcoming everyone to come forward to the Blue Fyah I-Treat. And I hope to see you all there. All right, give thanks.
Give thanks. I was looking for my copy of Rasess Jahzani's book. I am the reading Ras, so I have to sometime pop out my collection on them, you know. Rasess Karima, can we get your final sound? Rasess Karima, can we get your final sound? And we'll pre-record something on Zoom again and put it out so we get this clearly, you know. But go ahead, Rasess Karima.
I would like to invite all one who see with themselves to come forward and join I as one.
Wow. We're not hearing anything. Are anyone hearing anything?
It's a little bit.
Go out and come in, Empress Karima. Go out and come in so we can hear your final sound clear. Yeah, go out and come in. Empress Davani Green is hailing the item. Blessings, Empresses, inspiring. Give thanks for the attribution to my sister. She's the author of Woman Painted Purple. So she definitely, I would recommend Sister Davani that they attend this next I-Treat. This is your, I think you would really love these sisters in here. And she's in South Florida. She actually came to the book signing we did, Rasess Jahzani Kush. So I think you may know her already. Okay, I'm just putting it together. I'm slow sometimes, but I put the pieces together when I get a chance. All right. So the item know each other already. Give thanks. Sister Arlene White said, I think you should reschedule. We are going to do that. We are going to do that, my sister. We never give up the fight. You know what I mean? We are battlefield tested. This is light work. You know what I mean? We just come again in due season. Mama Thea, final word sound. You're not hearing anything from... Are the item hearing anything? Are the item hearing anything?
No.
We're not hearing anything, Mama Thea. So again, we're gonna reschedule this. Let me just speak for Mama Thea to tell you that she's a genius, and whatever she said was powerful. She just let me just put that disclaimer out. You know what I mean? Just know that she's a genius, and whatever she said, it was powerful. But we're gonna redo this properly. You know, I'll reason with Rasess, and we'll figure out how we can pre-record and put it out. Rasess Jahzani, I'm gonna try to give the final sound. Rasess Jahzani Kush. I'm gonna give the final sound. Can the hear I?
Yes, sir.
And let me just salute the eye as a historic
Yes, I can
figure.
hear the eye.
Yeah, let me just salute the eye as a historic figure, the first Rastafari sister to establish an order. You know what I mean? And I'm happy that I know her. So it definitely is good to see someone in their historic trad, and the fact that she has all of these powerful sisters supporting, building, and you know, extending her vision shows that you know there's power there. So we give thanks for the eye. She was also the recipient of our second Community Works grant here at the Lion Voice Network for this and her other work. So we really love and support Rasess Jahzani Kush. Please give us your final sound if you can. Rasess, give us your final sound. Final sound, Rasess.
Yes, I. Well, I want to say, yes, I. So I determined by this technical difficulty, right? Because I frequency, our collective frequency as Rastafari woman triumphs this any day, right? It's just Lana try a thing, you know. They know say that the Rastafari Ayatas them are rising. And
Yes.
so we're only one pillar, you understand, of the Trinity. And so I are gathering strength in order to collectively, you know, strengthen the nation. And so I just want to say that, you know, first of all, I want to give thanks to my sisters who are part of this order for diligence, and not only this who are part of the order, because I have other sisters who are still Blue Fyah. You understand? And so I just want to shout them out because they believe in this work. You understand? They know the power of this work. So I just want to thank them. 10 years of supporting the movement, that's ileful. You know, they say that women don't know how to get along, women always starting drama, a bunch of foolishness, you understand? But we get goddess together, the frequency is different. And so I come together. And so I really do hope that ones have an opportunity to come to St. Croix. Usually when we do the workshops, I'm a hard taskmaster. And so I keep ones, we work up till 5 or 6, but we're going to cut that time and full enjoy the island. I spoke to one of my very good brethren on Tafari, who is one of the brethren who is the lead in the Nayabini house, and he's ready to show. So we're going to have a real islandful time.
Yes. He's I and I brethren as well. Big up yourself, Tafari, all my Saint Croix family. This is going to be very powerful. Give thanks. Wi-Fi the guy. Sometime he get to start the show. You know what I mean? We accept that until we have our own satellites, our own servers, our own part of the internet. Then we're gonna probably keep Wi-Fi the guy outside, and he have to sit down and behave himself, you know. But for now, you know, Elon Musk and all of these people are run the thing. So we give them their Caesar, give unto Caesar what's due unto Caesar, you know what I mean? But that being said, family.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
One more thing. One more sound. Well, you know, they jammed Empress Menon's broadcast too. That's all I have to say.
True.
But there's a theme on this channel. Everybody who watches this channel knows when the frequency start getting too high, all of a sudden this chip out, that chip out, you know what I mean? So this is something that is, you know what I mean? I don't think anything is coincidence. But we have workarounds. So we're gonna keep on moving forward, you know what I mean? And also I want the Blue Fyah, you know, we have the ARC. We just finished the ARC virtual summer camp, which was so airy and islandful. And I want to see how we can partner with Blue Fyah on that for the next edition, because we definitely need help with sponsorship and support and getting more young people. Because it's so powerful to see young Rastafari children from around the world getting to see other people who look like them on the screen and interact, and you know, you could see the joy every day when they come to their classes of interacting. So I definitely think that's something where ARC and Blue Fyah can partner, and we can make that even more mightyful, given the caliber of educators that are within Blue Fyah and the resources that the item have at your fingertips. So family, there you have it. We had the Blue Fyah. We didn't get the full. This is a sneak preview. This was like a sneak preview. You know what I mean? We will have the full glory. I will reason with my sister, Rasess Jahzani Kush, and we will reschedule something that works for everyone. We'll pre-record it, and then we'll put it out on the platform. Until then, lalabella.org@gmail.com. Reach out. You can also go to I think it's lalabella.org. What's the website? The Lalabella website? It's I think lalabella.org. You can go there.
Or lalabella.com. Yeah.
Yes. And you can go there and find out more about Blue Fyah, find out more about what's happening, and you can tune in there. But we will, this is an ongoing, this is not the first episode we've done on Blue Fyah or the Blue Fyah I-Treat, and it won't be the last. So the item can stay in tune with the works, support the works. I see a lot of sistering. Also, let me just say this before we seal up. One of the proud things about this channel, when we started this channel, we were 95% male viewership. Right now we are, I think it's 48% female, 52% male. So we're almost 50-50 male female viewership right now, and it's because of content like this where we are, you know, there's no platform on the planet Earth that has more voices of Rastafari sistering than the Lion Voice Network, and that's very intentional without apology. Our sisters and them have something to say, the Lioness has something to say, and Rastafari independent non-aligned media is here to make sure that platforms exist for that sistering voice to be heard. We have the example of Empress Menon, and so we're going to go with that. So until next time, I want to just say give thanks to all of the Blue Fyah sistering, and we will reschedule and we'll put it out for everyone so that everybody can be aware of what time. But please reach out to Rasess Jahzani in the interim, and we will continue to do what we're doing for this Pan-African History Month. Why? Because the time has come for the Lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion Voice.
Peace and Pan-Africanism. This is Dr. Ifá Túndé coming to you live and direct, New York City, Ethiopian World Federation 2026 conference. The time has come for the lions to tell our own story, and this is the lion's voice.
Universally unfold, be told. Blessed love, this is Etege Idama, and it's time for the lioness and the lions, for I voices and stories to be told. This is the lion's voice, Rastafari.
We're endorsing the lion's voice. Big up Rasess. See?
Big up Rasess.
It is time for the lion to tell our own story. Yes, sir.
There is a land far, far away. There's no night. There's only day. Look into the book of life. And you will see that there's a land far, far away. Rasess, that there's a land far, far away. Speak lion. Speak lion. Roll lion. Roll every time.
I will never stop, hail the Most High. And I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Now drop your guard when it come to them, ya youth, ya. Them fully guard up and them quick fi execute, ya. Now drop your guard when it come to them, ya youth, ya. The one will laugh, I'm same one of the shooter. Watching them, this is Rasess Jahzani representing for the Lion Voice Network. This is the time when the lion gets to tell our own story. Haile Selassie.
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it takes the dust. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the lion's voice.
Yes, people, this is Shamara representing. I will say, hear the lion voice, saying it is time for the lions and the lionesses to tell their own story. King David killed Goliath with a stone, we original dread.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the light. Lion voice.